The University of Chicago is a financial mess. And it's been messy for over a decade, so long before Trump came onto the scene. So the University of Chicago, which is often ranked in the top 20 schools of the world and currently charges over $71,000 in tuition alone, has been running budget deficits for the past 14 years. They had a bit of a financial reckoning this past summer when they had to cut $100 million in expenses. What happened at UChicago was kind of what happened with other schools over the past 20 years. I mean, times were sort of flush not that long ago, and some universities really leaned into those advantages. Baby boomers had kids, and those families were wealthy enough to send those kids to college. In addition, there were more services and tech jobs which required a university degree. At the same time, borrowing was cheap, so universities invested in new labs, new dormitories, new facilities to try and get more of these students. In the 1990s, the undergraduate class at UChicago was 3,500, and it is currently 7,500. If you can believe it, the acceptance rate at UChicago was once 70%, and it is currently 5%. This was all part of a strategy to position the University of Chicago as sort of this cutting-edge science force in higher education. In many respects, it's achieved that goal, but at what cost? And is this model financially viable? And while the Trump administration has not attacked UChicago the way it has, say, Harvard or Columbia, UChicago has lost 65 federal grants. The overall decline in international students in the United States is likely to hurt UChicago because about 24% of its student body is international. So what's going to happen to universities like UChicago that invested heavily in a vision of becoming more competitive and of drawing the world's best and brightest? These schools are now contending with an incredibly inhospitable environment. Cuts in federal funding, drops in international student enrollments, inflation, increased scrutiny of the value of a university degree in an AI-driven economy, and a demographic decline with fewer high school graduates. So how are these schools going to define themselves moving forward under those circumstances? Follow me for more news and for more tips.